Alright guys, we're back. My god, I don't know what this is, 5th or 6th or 7th video. We're here, Clifford's Tractor Parts in Ballymacalligot. We're going through the tractors, we're kind of covering 5 or 6 at the time. And we're here, they're having an auction on the 23rd of August, 2025. Michael Doyle is the man on Facebook, you need to look him up. Or marti.ie, it's where it's going to be online. It's going to be online and in person here on the 23rd of August coming. That's about 2 weeks time, it depends, it could be a week's time by the time I put out this video, but everything is here. There is some spectacular tractors here. Let's turn the camera and just give a look. I've all these covered in a previous video. Look at that Silver Jubilee, there's some savage stuff. 168 Narrow, Case D, Alice Chambers, Farmalls. We covered all them in the last video. We're going to jump straight onto this one. I'm going to get as much into the video as I can. Ferguson Brown. This is one of 1,350 built, and I think this is in the 80s. She's very, very low serial number. She's serial number 84, Type A, Ferguson Brown, Type A, number 84. This is more or less a David Brown. It is more or less a David Brown with the Ferguson system, the Ferguson back end. This is what Harry Ferguson invented, the 3-point linkage. And my apologies, I think it was a fellow by the name of John Clifford left a message, or left a comment on a previous video there. I saw it last night and I didn't realise this. We were talking about, before this there was no 3-point linkage for your plough. Before this there was, you just hitched on and you pulled, and what actually happened was the tractors, if the plough hit something, the tractor would heel up and the tractor often heel back in itself. But this is Ferguson's plan here. When the tractor, this will push forward, pushing the front of the nose of the tractor down. And that was Ferguson's idea. But what John Clifford told me, and I didn't realise it, or didn't know it until last night, and thank you John by the way, what they actually used was a timber or a wooden pin. And when you would stick something in the plough, the pin would break. And you didn't heel the tractor up in the air, which was a very, very good bonus. And you didn't get killed, which also helps an awful lot because you only get killed once. And what brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I presume what happened was fellas got sick of the timber pin, but they were probably breaking fairly often, and they put in a steel pin, and that's when the tractor started healing up. But John, thanks for that. That's a classic. That's a brilliant piece of information. But this, like I said, 1,350. David Brown didn't want. Harry Ferguson didn't want to put in a third gear. David Brown convinced him to put in a third gear. David Brown wanted to build a bigger tractor. Harry Ferguson said no. He wanted to continue with this size tractor, and eventually they fell out. And then eventually they went up here and he shook hands, a famous handshake with Henry Ford, and this is the Ford with the Ferguson system. Yeah, and then of course there was a falling out here, and Henry Ford ended up building that, and then there was a big court case, and then he fell out with that, and then he joined up with that crowd over there, Massey Harris, a Canadian company, and we have the Massey Ferguson that we know of today. Yeah, okay. Beautiful. These tractors were running. They've been parked in a shed with a couple of years. There's 2 of them here, so don't miss out. This is like, look what's in this line alone. Okay, we've she's a TVO or a petrol, right? Ferguson Brown, 1,350 built, Ford 9N, Ford and Ferguson system. Oh lads, these are handsome. Okay, Ferguson diesel. She's not. She's a diesel. She's a petrol, or she might be a TVO. I don't know. Again, lovely tractor. This is a handsome tractor, lads. This is a tractor ready to go. You could actually go out this minute with this, and you can attend your very first vintage rally if you want. These are a lovely tractor. I had one of them. I'd love to get one of them back. I won't be getting it back here because I can't afford to buy it here, but I would love a diesel. I would love a little grey Ferguson diesel, something like that. There's choices up there. Maybe we might buy after the auction. We get a few contacts after Clifford's. If they don't sell, we could come back to them in 14 or 15 years time when I have the money. Yeah, okay. And of course, going back to this tractor for 2 seconds. Radu Massey, look them up. Radu Massey in Australia. They have some collection of Masseys, and they don't have one of them. They don't have a 21 above, and they definitely don't have a 25. So who knows, these tractors might be going for Australia. Okay, let's keep moving. With David Brown 25. Now, I saw one of these the other night on YouTube. David Brown 25. It should be a 25C to the best of my knowledge, because she has a carburetor. This was more or less the tractor that David Brown built after he fell out with Harry Ferguson. This is what he wanted to do, and Harry Ferguson didn't want to do it, and David Brown wanted to go bigger. He wanted to go, he wanted to put in a second gear stick. Harry Ferguson didn't want it. They'd have fallen out, and the rest is history. But if you look at this dash, you can see the dash. The dash is a very, very similar dash to very early 850s and all that kind of stuff. I had a lovely 850 one time. Couldn't afford to keep it, couldn't afford to do it up, so I eventually decided to sell it. And where did it end up? It actually ended up in Farden 4. I don't know if it's still there or not, actually. This is a nice tractor, and some of these, the earlier type, had a kind of a bench seat. The seat went from mudguard to mudguard across it, and you could sit two people on it. You could go to mass with the wife, you could go shopping. Like I said, this is a particular David Brown 25C. The C means carburetor. Again, this is a nice tractor. This is a tractor. There's good tyres and there's everything, actually. This is a tractor you could go out on a road run tomorrow morning. And of course, it has the 3-point system, 3-point linkage. I don't know why he didn't take David Brown to court. He never took David Brown to court. He did take Henry Ford to court, but first pulling on the back of it. Okay, Massey Ferguson. I think this is a Massey Ferguson 25. Am I right in saying that? This is a Massey, yeah. These are two Massey Ferguson 25s, and the one above is a 21. This is just a slightly upgrade. It's like it's a 25. She's a French built 25. She looks a bit like the 30. Looks a bit like the 65 with the grill, but she's a small bit bigger than the 35, only ever so slightly. But again, nice tractor, absolutely nice tractor. These are two the exact same tractors. But if you look at this one, this has again what they call a family pack. You put the child sitting up there, put the seats up, put the legs up there, and away you go. Again, two nice little tractors. Depends on what you want to do. These tractors are there for you. What can I say about them? They're lovely tractors. They're a diesel engine, French built to the best of my knowledge. What a tractor! What an absolute legend, lads. Look at the stuff here, lads. All this is going under the hammer. The 23rd of August here at Clifford's Tractor Parts in Ballymacilligan. Actually, that's Clifford's info there, look. And give a look at that. Give them a shout if you want anything. They post out stuff. Clifford's here. Where I was doing my sums the other day. They've over 200 years of tractor experience. 200 years of tractor knowledge inside here between Pat and Cullum and Noel, and they will set you right. They will set you right. Again, Ferguson. What is she? You'll see the bench here. She's a TEF. I don't know what the one over is a TED. I know what the D is about. Someone tell me what this was. TED, that one, with the aluminium bonnet. TED, TEOs, tractor overseas. TEF, TED. I must look that up. Okay, just standard diesel Ferguson. I know the bonnet's painted red in it. These were an 8 yoke. These might be slightly later. Is that a sleeve put on? They had a smaller PTO shaft. Like, this is a lovely tractor. Like, if I had this tractor this minute, I wouldn't paint it. I wouldn't do anything with it. I would just start it and just drive on. This is a neat tractor. See where the air cleaner comes down inside the exhaust here for sucking in the hot air. Again, that's a neat tractor. That is an absolute legend of a tractor. That's the one I'd like. I wouldn't wash it. I would just wash it. I would degrease it, and then I would paint it in, I think, what they call krill oil. And krill oil is actually, I don't know what way you put it. I'm going to put it this way, a stupid way. It's actually wetter than water. It soaks into the metal, and it actually it forces out the water out of the metal. So I would paint it, I would wash it down, and I would coat it in krill oil, and that's a lovely, lovely original but it's probably, it is, it looks original tractor. Like, that is, oh lads, that's freaking handsome. That's handsome. Lads, look at what's here. There's everything here. We're going to cut it at that. We're going to do one more short video, and we're going to do one more long video, and then we're going to call it quits. 23rd of August here, Clifford's Tractor Parts, Ballymacillicat.